Supercar Street Racing back in the dining room again, and today we have something right here that we've been waiting for a while, and it will replace the janky method that we did before in the bedroom with the car bass processor. So let's get this thing opened right up and see what's inside. Side of this box in front of me, we've got the Behringer Ultrabass Pro EX1200. Now this is my third EX1200. These things are very, very difficult to find online. There are probably maybe one of these or two pops up per year, and this one came from Music Go, and you can see on the back it does have 1/4 inch inputs, not RCA, or it has XLR inputs. So we will need to go. So this guy looks like it's in really good shape. It only has a few things going on right here. May wipe off. There's a stain right there. Something spilled on it, it looks like. Other than that, it's in great shape. It does look like it was rack mounted. I do see where there was some screws on the rack. But yeah, the EX1200, and this actually is going in the bedroom for the theater in the bedroom, the 5.1. So we can go ahead and look for our 1/4 inch jacks now and see if we have any 1/4 inch RCA. We're in the bedroom now in Supercar Street Racing, and we do see double RCAs coming out of the subwoofer right there. However, there is only one connected right there. So let me check that out and see what I did back here. So basically there is a Y adapter behind the Marantz right back there. So all I have to do is remove that Y adapter and plug it up to the back of this guy, and then run a set of RCA cables down there. That would probably be the easiest. Although I think the Marantz has 2 subwoofer outputs. Let me check. All right, so we have to go into our trusty hoarder bin here and see if we have any RCA, and I don't think it's this side. Oh, maybe it is. That's trash. I don't know why that's even in there. So what we're looking for in here is a 1/4 inch to RCA female. So let me dig through this with you guys, and then we'll see if we have it. I was smart last time. I bought a pack of these, so I have them. So what we have to do now is connect these to the back of the Ultrabass Pro. We're going sub out. We only need one because we have the splitter right here. So let's just get this connected real quick. Now remember, if you are feeding speakers also with an amp, you come out of these outputs here, this one and this one. So we need input left, input right, and then we come out of that and go to the sub. So we're going to have to feed both of these. So let me see if I have everything it takes, and we will get back. I'm going to go ahead and use both subwoofer outputs on the back of this. There are 2. This RCA cable is kind of janky. So there's double RCA outputs back here for sub. And I'm using this monster thing that will slice your arm open because it has zip ties on it. Now this feeds the inputs right and left, and then we'll come out of this output and feed the subwoofer down there. Need to grab the power cable, and I have a meeting. We did get the Ultrabass Pro installed, and if you look at the front of it, you notice the Marantz just came on as well. There's the power button for it. We do have power. Now on the front we have a processor section here, and this is actually the frequency that it centers around to process, and I like to keep that low end down there. Your next setting is called dynamic punch, and there is some manuals online that explain what all these do, but so you can set your subharmonics to low or ultra low. If it's in, it's ultra low, which I like. So then you have your bass level here, which is self-explanatory. You have a bass limiter if you need that, which I don't use that. And then this section here is if you're feeding other speakers with the output of this. You can either have them get the bass, subharmonic bass, or you can turn that off, and you can also cross them over as well. And of course it has a level for the satellite speakers. We are not using this section, and we don't use the bass limiter, so we only use this part. All right guys, we are back in front of the Marantz, and we have our Ultrabass Pro here. So all that is left to do now is to fine tune and test it and see if it actually works. I do hear a thump from the subwoofer down here when I turn it on, so I am thinking it does work, but what we want to do is test it. And of course, we can't put any copyrighted content on without getting completely destroyed by YouTube. So we're gonna go no copyright ambient. All right, it says no copyright, but a lot of times it is copyrighted, but we'll see. And let's get a little bit of sound going here. Okay, I don't see any lights on this. I went ahead and cranked up the level on the bass. We have our Govee Dream View in the background there, lit up. All right, we got Blade Runner 2049 here, and I'm hoping that I don't get copyright on this. Can't show much of the audio because it'll definitely get me, but let's see if we got some bass response here. Finally got some movement of some LEDs, and we are watching Blade Runner now in 4K Dolby Digital Audio, and this looks amazing. And I'm just going to step back here to limit the copyright. Let's see what's going to happen here, but so far this thing's making some good subsonic bass. Let's see what happens here when we go a little bit further. Yeah, so all this stuff is copyright, so I can't show you all of it or let you hear all of it, but we can go to the movie. Yeah, and then we can go back here and go back to YouTube. I definitely hear the Behringer. Alright guys, we sampled some music on the Behringer Ultrabass Pro EX1200, and I am happy with my purchase. Like I said, you cannot get these anymore, and if you get one like the DBX or the PV, they're going to cost you $300 or $400. I paid $125 plus shipping for this one. And this is my third one. I have one on the whole home audio system there in the closet, and then I have one in the home theater room as well. And I love these things because they generate ultra low bass where there is none or there's little. If you guys want to pick one of these up, make sure you jump online and just search for the model EX1200 Behringer Ultrabass Pro. And if you're lucky enough to grab one, there usually aren't any available, but as soon as one comes up, go ahead and grab it. And then let me know what you think about the Behringer Ultrabass Pro, and if you like that as an addition to your home theater system or your stereo system at your house. Let's toss it over to Brad at Supercar Street Racing Studio and look at some alternatives to this that you can get brand new. What are you doing up there, dude? Why are you on the wall, dude? There's no power. Guys, welcome back to the studio, and today we just got done getting our house spray foamed. Super hyped about that, and it might come up in a new video, but for today, we're here to talk about the Behringer Ultrabass Pro EX1200 digital subharmonic synthesizer. Now, the most important thing about this EX1200 is you can't find it hardly anywhere anymore. If you go online and search right now, there is none available for sale. It hasn't been made for quite some time, so they are getting very thin in the herd, and it's very hard to find one. You can see when this one was sold 8 years ago, it was only $89, and if I would have known that, I would have bought like 10 of them, but they are hard to get. And if you go to eBay here, they are none available on eBay either. But if you do go to eBay, you can find one of your alternatives, and that is a DBX 120. So if we put in DBX 120, there probably is a bunch of different versions of this here. You can see right here, we have the old school one that is analog right here. And if we go down, we got the 120A here, and that has the brand new, neater looking, more modern looking logo on it. And there's a 120 XP, which might be the newest version, I'm not quite sure. That is $227, which is not a bad deal. And the reason they are so high is because you cannot find them anymore. I don't even think they sold for this much brand new. Now, there is a third option out there, and this is the PV Cosmos, which also has not been made in quite a few years, but it will accomplish the same thing as the DBX and the Behringer and the other brands out there. However, this is the PV version, so it has its own controls and its own unique sound, and it does say on it, "Rattle your planet," because it is designed to give you some low earth shaking bass. Here's another picture of the PV Cosmos in the back, and somebody has it right over a center channel speaker right there. But yeah, it is very rare, absolutely, and so are all these other ones. They're absolutely getting really hard to find now. So as soon as I find one with a decent price, I go ahead and scoop it up. Now, this is my second one in the Behringer that I put over in the SCSR bedroom, but I'm currently looking for one for the living room sound system. So if I find one, I'll scoop it up, and I may even try to get a DBX 120 XP like the one that we saw right here. Now here's a DBX 120X-DS, which my friend did own at one point, and we had on a couple of 18-inch woofers in his house. Now, if we just go back to eBay here and we put Subharmonic Synthesizer, you'll probably say a lot of car audio products as well. And if you can remember, I did have a car Subharmonic Synthesizer in there, which I did move to the golf cart. Now, if you search too much, you'll get some manuals. Make sure you're not buying a manual for a Subharmonic Synthesizer. Those are cheap. You can't use this rack-mounted one, though, unless you actually have the rack to put it in to power it. And these are all using the Euro rack system. Now here is an actual very rare ADC DSS100, which I have never seen listed. So I might go ahead and bid on this guy unless I can find something else. Now here's another version of the 120X that I have not seen, looking a little bit different than the other versions. And it's at $250, so still very expensive. And guys, that's going to do it for today on Supercar Street Racing. I hope you enjoyed this video. I encourage you to like and subscribe and click through our links in our descriptions when you buy Amazon products. It does help us out greatly. We really appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. We got to get out of here. I've got to go put new nails in the walls because the bass shook them all out.